friends of the Frost Valley YMCA. Today we have the distinct honor of recognizing the Frost Valley YMCA Volunteer of the Year. I have been given the privilege of presenting this award in the name of its recipient, Eric Blum. Eric spent his life as a service-oriented person, whether it was in his chosen profession, in the field of nursing while employed at the University of Virginia Medical Center, volunteering his time at his local comfort zone camp, a bereavement camp that transformed the lives of children who have experienced the death of a parent, sibling, or primary caregiver, or, as we are acknowledging here today at the Frost Valley YMCA, Eric tirelessly dedicated himself to helping to improve the lives of others. For over 20 years, Eric would take 4 weeks of leave from the University of Virginia Medical Center to volunteer at the Frost Valley YMCA during the 3rd and 4th sessions of summer camp. This amount of consecutive vacation time was unheard of at UVA-MC, but Eric always found a way to make it happen. He regularly worked holiday shifts at the medical center for his coworkers, partly so that they could be with their families, but also in exchange of appreciation for their help in covering the odd shift during the summer while Eric was at camp. As a professional courtesy given his medical background and expertise, Frost Valley would compensate Eric for his time spent working at camp, only to have him donate that salary back at the end of each and every summer. During the 4-week each summer that Eric spent at camp, Eric would take on a multifaceted role that he fondly referred to as the Director of Schlepping Services. In essence, whatever camp needed, Eric was prepared to provide. With his knowledge of nursing, he was readily available to work the occasional shift in the health center, providing the highest level of medical care to both campers and staff. But it was not for this role that Eric returned summer after summer. With his intimate understanding of camp center workings, he regularly was called upon to do anything and everything, from tracking down lost luggage on check-in days, spending time one-on-one with a challenging or homesick camper in need of a bit of extra attention, or giving a tired staff member a bit of relief. He routinely drove adventure trips or town runs. If an all-camp event was on the schedule, Eric would mind the details that needed to be accounted in preparation for the program's execution. He earned his lifeguarding certification to ensure that if waterfront was short-staffed during a period, he could seamlessly step in, making sure that the area was safe and appropriately supervised. In addition to striving to provide the campers with the best possible experience, Eric was also focused on staff life. One summer, Eric purchased a number of charcoal grills for camp and catered to the staff during a special lounge night that he hosted, showing off both his cooking skills and his appreciation for the staff. These are only a mere handful of things that Eric did during his time at camp. Over the years, it has been said many times by the various directors of camping services under whom Eric served that they slept better at night knowing Eric was in camp. Whenever there was that fateful screech of car tires on Frost Valley Road, followed by the subsequent crash of metal, Eric was first on the scene, keeping everyone safe and administering top-flight emergency medical care to any injured parties. At a moment's notice, regardless of the situation, Eric was always there. In addition to all that Eric did for the human population here at camp, Eric also had an impact on the wildlife. During one summer, there was a young bear up a tree in the area of cabins 21 through 25. The local DEC rangers were called in and shot the bear with a tranquilizer dart so that they could transport it away from Frost Valley to a less populated area within the Catskills. Unfortunately, the rangers had overestimated the amount of tranquilizer necessary to bring down the bear, which slowed down the bear's heart rate to a dangerous level. In an effort to help the bear, they began performing CPR. Eric, observing this, stepped forward, stated his credentials, and began assisting the rangers by performing chest compressions on the bear. For many years afterwards, while teaching advanced CPR skills to other healthcare professionals at UVA-MC, Eric would begin the course by introducing himself and stating that he had performed CPR on over 200 patients and one small black bear. In 2012, Eric was only able to volunteer for a week due to a medical procedure performed earlier that spring. Eric said that despite the seriousness of the medical problem he faced, the most difficult challenge that he contended with was calling Frost Valley to let us know that he would not be able to attend for a standard 4 weeks. On Saturday, June 8th of this year, Bob Eddings, Frost Valley's Director of School Programs, presented Eric with the 2012 Volunteer of the Year Award at Eric's home in Charlottesville, Virginia, along with a framed photo overlooking Phil Reese Field filled with campers and staff. Many of the staff who had worked with Eric signed the border around the photo, writing notes and well wishes, showing their appreciation for everything he had meant to Frost Valley. In attendance with Bob were myself and fellow Frost Valley alumni, Mark Gottanker, Dave Beeler, and Rob Kaplan-Sherman. Eric was truly touched, holding and studying the award and photo, appreciating each in its own right. Before we were able to return the next morning on Sunday, June 9th, to spend additional time with him, Eric passed away due to complications from his brief battle with cancer. Eric deeply loved Frost Valley and was deeply loved by the friends he made here. His volunteer work summer after summer, doing whatever he could to profoundly and positively impact the lives of everyone with whom he came in contact, epitomizes both Eric's lifelong service orientation and the spirit of the Frost Valley YMCA Volunteer of the Year Award. It is with this in mind that the award is being recognized here today. From this day forward, will be renamed the Eric Blum Frost Valley YMCA Volunteer of the Year Award. Thank you.
I will pass on to Eric's mother that standing ovation. It will mean much to her. Bill, well done. I know how close you were to falling. I know that wasn't an easy message to deliver, so thank you. I will tell you that Eric told me one time, I asked him, I said, is there anything I can do for you? He said, I got a companion in a pickup truck, and there's nothing wrong with camp that two men in a pickup truck can't fix. And that was really true. Anyway.